Hi there, folks. My name is Novoin24, and welcome to a quick little comparison episode. Um, I want to do this, but I want to do this with a little bit of a twist. So we're doing this with three sims today, but it's possibly not the three that you were expecting. Um, so yes, I was. So recently, we obviously saw the release of Lockheed Martin's Prepar3D4. That's the code they've had for 8, 9 years. They've had the code for 8 years. They've had the code for, and they've finally produced that now. And they've produced their 64-bit version in the last week. Um, and of course, that was the big news. Now that's coming hot on the heels of Dovetail Games releasing their Flight Sim World into early access, which is basically nothing more than a glorified beta. So it's still very much a work in progress. Whereas Lockheed Martin's their product is a complete end user available product. Like, it's not beta testing, it's not open testing. It's this is the product. We've done our testing. Um, so I'm sure you were all expecting me to be comparing Prepared 3D version 4 with Flight Sim World. No, I'm not, because that is literally like comparing chalk with an elephant. Like, it literally is. It's no, you can't, because Flight Sim World is still in development. I would not want. I'm not going to compare a product that is still being worked on, that is still in what I consider a fairly early stage of development, with something that's had multiple years of polish and work and development and significant financial resources behind it. I'm not going to compare the two. Instead, however, I'm going to compare the two of the Sims that are finished, released, and available. The two of the two 64-bit Sims, because of course now we have the two plus one in one upcoming platforms, all 64-bit now. And of course, I'm referring to X-Plane 11. Because, yeah, X-Plane 11 and Lockheed Martin's Prepared 3D version 4 are the only two that are polished, finished, and actual full release at the moment. Flight Sim World is still in early access and still in development. So, yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to throw a comparison of the same flight. So we're going to be taking a flight in Alaska, in around Ted Stevens Anchorage. Ted Stevens International in Anchorage. We're going to be doing a flight around there through the harbour and land. Now we're doing this one, but we're doing this one with an interesting little one thrown in as well. So as I said, we're going to be comparing the two available polished out there 64-bit sims that are out there at the moment. So Prepared 3D version 4 and X-Plane 11. Now both of these sims are exactly stock. There is nothing additional, fancy, shiny thrown in, no add-ons thrown in, with the exception of one thing with Prepared. I did have to put Chase Plane in there because I could not get my track IR to work without putting Chase Plane in. Now, that's, which I think is a bit shit and a bit of a design flaw, but anyway, very surprised that it didn't work out of the box, but anyway, but yeah, there's no texture add-ons, no aircraft add-ons, nothing tweaked, nothing at all done, just simply out of the box, similar weather scenarios, something close to a similar aircraft, because the same aircraft aren't in both. So I used the Cessna 172 in X-Plane, and I used the Maul, the Maul Orion in Lockheed Martin's Prepared 3D. But I've also done a little bit of a twist. So, long-time viewers of my channel will know that I have a particular passion about a certain dead flight sim. And I call it the dead flight sim because it's the one we killed. Um, I know there's a lot of people who don't like my opinion about this, and I kind of don't care. Because the fact is that we killed Microsoft Flight. Yes, there was corporate mismanagement. Yes, it had a pretty bad. It was badly promoted to the community, absolutely. But at the end of the day, we killed it. We destroyed it. We killed a simulator that had a lot of potential, that was in an active development, but we, as a flight simulation community as a whole, fucked with it so much and poured so much crap onto it. The worst part being the vast majority of people who were the loudest people saying how bad it was never actually used it. But that's a whole nother issue. That we killed it. We basically made it completely. Microsoft didn't even want to bother trying to put the resources into it. It was already, its future was already, sort of in doubt with some of the corporate mismanagement. But then with the way we acted as a community, it sealed its fate. So we are very much responsible for killing off a simulator that could have been absolutely amazing. So I want to show that off because there's a lot of features that are in both X-Plane 11 and P3D that were already in flight. But anyway, I do want to show that off. So yes, you're going to get a three-way look. It's a three-way look. We're going to be looking at, as I said, at Prepar3D version 4. We're going to be looking at X-Plane 11, and we're going to be looking at Microsoft Flight. So back from 2012. So there you go. Alright, well, enjoy. I will rejoin you. I will not be doing any voiceovers during the video. I'll just let you guys watch the video, watch the three sims, and then I'll rejoin you at the end, and I'll give my final thoughts, and we'll go from there. So I shall see you in a few minutes. Alrighty, so there were the three side by sides. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was actually really impressed by X-Plane 11. Now, I dabbled in X-Plane 10, and it was horrendous. I loathed, hated, and detested my experience in X-Plane 10. I really did. X-Plane 11, the experience has actually been not too bad. Um, Ironically, the actual improvement of the UI to make things a bit more user friendly, user accessible, has been brilliant, except for when you're trying to program the Thrustmaster Hotez Warthog. That's actually just a nightmare. Actually, it really is weird. I know, but it is. But yeah, I was actually really impressed. The lighting in X-Plane 11 is stunning. Um, I think the contoured runways, as cool a feature it is, I think sometimes it's a little overdone. Um, but yeah, I was actually really impressed. Looking at Lockheed Martin's Prepared 3D version 4, sorry, that literally looked like version 3, which literally looked like version 2. Actually no, no, that's a lie. Version 3 did have better HDR lighting. So I'm not seeing a huge step up in version 4. I'm really not. So and compared to X-Plane 11, like as I said, everything you saw here was out of the box. You know, it was exactly out of the box. No third party add-ons, no extras, no money spent on it. This is just straight out of the box. Um, and as a straight out of the box experience, X-Plane 11 was looking pretty damn amazing. I think it really was. And of course, my nostalgic favorite, Microsoft Flight. Look, I still love Microsoft Flight. As I said, I threw that in there for a couple of reasons. I wanted everyone to remember the sim that we killed. But also, I wanted you to realize that, Lockheed Martin haven't done that much. They really haven't. It's still because Microsoft Flight was built on FSX and ESP, which is exactly what P3D is. P3D is simply ESP on steroids. That's it. That's all it is. So anyway, yeah. So there you go. That's my little three-way look at that. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'd love to know what you think about all this. As I said, it's been interesting with these sims coming out this year. It's been a great time for us to actually be able to look at and be able to experience and actually be able to do a test like this, having everything clean, fresh out of the box, and actually putting finished sims side by side and see how they are. So there you go. Alright folks, thanks very much for joining me for this little side-by-side experiment. It's been an eye-opening experience for me, that's for sure. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.